So here we are at the final part of the design process, the most exciting part of the design process, where we are going to put our style tile together into our design and create that final finished design and iterate it forward so that we've got a really good app-based design. All I've done here is paste across the style tile into that final document. I'm not going to spend any time really designing anything, but just show you what I've done from here. So the easy thing to do is that once you've got something that you want to be an icon or a symbol over here in your library, you just click this plus symbol and it gets added in. Now this one's already in here, so it's probably not going to go in again. However, that's really all there is to this, is that you kind of select things, you click the plus symbol, and if it's not in the library, then it gets added into the library already. So very useful to do that, because then you can just drag these out of the library whenever you need to use them. I tend not to put buttons in there because if they've got text on them, then it can be a little bit tricky. It tends to update all of them, but that's pretty useful. And you can always add character styles and you can add your colors. And once you've got that, you could probably delete that, but I've left it in there. So I've just gone through my design. Let's zoom in a little bit, and you can see that I've spent some time working on a map that I've done. I actually did it in Illustrator and brought it across, just copied and pasted it across. And then you can see that I've spent the time putting these extra interface elements in. My user rating now is going to be a star rating system. Here's the overlay for over the top, and it's just all done in that same style that I set up before. When I come down to this section here, what I've done is I've just got like a semi-transparent kind of gradient over the top. If we look at that, there's a like 30% gradient. So it's it just helps to blend the imagery together with everything else that's going on. So there we go. It's back in place. And once you've done that, it just starts to, come together. It takes a little bit of time. Nothing is just a case of putting it straight in. I've amended just about every single thing that there is in here, just to make it fit together and work quite well. And just experiment as well, because sometimes you try something and it looks okay, and other times you don't. So, you just kind of keep working your way through. Added in the round buttons that I was working on above, and that's the great thing about having all of that. You can just apply the colors immediately, the styles that you've got, and it works out pretty well. So with that in mind, once I've got all those things, it's all styled up exactly as I've done kind of here. And so I'm grateful that I've done that style tile, because it certainly made it easier. And I'm going to go to my prototype, and it all needs linking up again, because most of these are just different elements. I deleted most of the stuff I had already. In fact, that one's still up, so that's okay. That one's still up, but there's most of the other stuff, like this menu button here, doesn't take me to this because I changed it. So this is an overlay and it's a dissolve, that's fine. The map is going to go back up here, and it's going to be a push left. To book, it's going to go over here, and that is going to be a push left as well. Menu to this one, and that'll be a dissolve. Map back to this one, push left. The button down here is over here, that's a push left. I'm on book. I guess what I could do there is I'll go back and change the color of that. Map is a push left over there. Yeah, push left, push left, exit. I'm not going to be able to reach up. Yeah, good. Okay, I'm going to just go back into my design, because I'm going to take this and make it like 50%. And the same with those as well, because they're sort of greyed out, like you can't really use them. Okay, back into my prototype, and yeah, that looks much better now. Okay, that should be it, all ready to go. So I can just test it here. that's moved a little bit. Okay, right, so I'll just move that up. I'll stop that and do that now. Yeah, I can see it needs to go up a little. There we go, let's try that. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. It's all working. It's all back to how it was before. And you saw me do that in a previous video. So again, once you're finished with this, you go back over to the button over here. We do publish prototype. And I'm going to change the name of this now. I'm going to change it to Restaurant Finder. I'm going to do update. And then from here, I've now got something that I can distribute to people. I can click on it, can work my way through it. And you can see there that it's all working perfectly as I wanted it to. And so once you've done that, there you've got your design, you've finished it off, and you're all ready to go with that. If you need to hand your final assets over to a developer, you just go to File, Export, choose All Artboards, and choose the platform that your developer's working on. So if you're making this for iOS or you're making it for Android, you can kind of click on here. And if you do 3x, what it does is it creates 1x, 2x, and 3x, which means standard resolution, medium resolution, and a very high resolution. Let me just go to my desktop, and we'll create a new folder, and we'll call it exports, create, export all, and it's gone off and done that. And now you can see there's the single resolution, the medium resolution, and the higher resolution, and it's got that for every screen. So you've got all of your assets exported and ready to go for your developer. So there we are at the end of the design process. We've designed our project, we've put it all together. This is the most exciting part because we see the fruit of all of those weeks. We think of all the testing we've done already. We think of the personas we've done at the start, and we've had all of that in mind as we've been bringing this final design together so that it's usable and it's workable for the people that we're designing this for. Hope you've had fun. Keep working on that and keep iterating through your design.